What's good, fam? Thanks for joining me on my first ever EdisonFormat video. I'm really excited to do this video. I've been playing EdisonFormat now for about 3 weeks, and I'm falling more and more in love with it the more I play it. GoatFormat is still one of the best formats of them all, but I think Edison is creeping in there. The difference between it is obviously there are more powerful cards in EdisonFormat, so you have the ability to play with those cards, but there is no delinquent duo pot of greed that your opponent can't just rip off the top of their deck, or if you open it and they don't, games go downhill from there. So I've been enjoying EdisonFormat. I'm sure a lot of you have also been enjoying EdisonFormat, which is why I'm making this video. But yeah, guys, listen, if you want to help support this channel, check out my TCG player link, which is in the description below. I'm sure you guys know, but if you're gonna buy any cards for modern format, GoatFormat, EdisonFormat, or any of the other retro formats that are starting to become popular, you can do so using that link. It won't charge you any more. I'll just get a cut back off of whatever you purchase. Or you can go and check out my merch store, which is also in the description below, and get yourself some GringingGoatFormat merchandise. And yeah, let's hop into this. But right before we do that, I'm gonna be doing a giveaway, guys. I know I said this a long time ago, but things came up and I haven't posted in forever. But I have these Call the Haunteds that I said I was gonna give out a while ago. One of them is Italian and 2 of them are French. Let me make sure you guys can see these. So these are the Lost Art. These are the Lost Art Call the Haunteds. So guys, all you have to do to enter is like my video, right? You have to subscribe, but you have to be you have to be subscribed publicly, where I can tell that you guys are subscribed. And let me know what your favorite format is. Well, how about this? Let me know whether you like GoatFormat or EdisonFormat better, and then tell me what your favorite card is in that format. And then the next time I upload a video, I'll let you guys know who the winner is. And also let me know if you want the French one or the Italian one, all in the same comment, okay guys? But anyways, enough of that. Let's just hop right into this match. So this match is between Bayonne Comics, who I didn't want to let this cat out of the bag, but I'm Bayonne Comics. This is my alt account for when I don't want people to really know that I'm playing. And I'm playing against MKR7. And again, this is I'm not a GoatFormat. This is an EdisonFormat match. But let's see who's gonna win the rock paper scissors. I haven't seen this match in a while, but I have 2 decks that I'm currently playing with, which is this one and then the next one. So if you guys want to see a deck list video for this one and have me explain, how I side out and just the card choices that I'm playing, let me know also in the description below, and I'll go ahead and do that for you guys. So I lost the rock paper scissors. MKR7 chooses to go first, and he's playing Gravekeeper. I'm sorry, he's not playing Gravekeepers. He's playing X-Sabers. I don't think I get to see that this game. But let's see what he does. I think he just sets Torrential here and passes over. I draw into a Caius. I'm obviously just going to summon Swap Frog and swing with this. There are people that just discard right away and then summon their Swap Frog. I think that's a bad play. So you want to just summon Swap and put the Treeborn in the graveyard and hold on to your other Frog. Because if you go ahead and draw into a Light and Darkness Dragon, or let's say you have a Light and Darkness Dragon already, then you can discard, you can bring back your Treeborn Frog and then discard, summon Swap Frog, and that's 2 guys for you to drop the lad. So I just summon the Swap Frog and swing for 1,000 here. Obviously drop my Treeborn. They're gonna eat the 1,000 and pass over. They draw into an MST. I think they just pass here also, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I draw into a Soul Exchange. Bring back Treeborn Frog. So I need to start activating cards. My initial thought is I can Riser this if it's nothing chainable. Then I'm gonna swing in. Actually, what I would do is then drop the Dupe Frog for the Swap Frog, because now I can bounce the Riser back to my hand. So that's the advantage I can get off of that. I'd swing for 34, bounce it back up to my hand. And then I have a Soul Exchange with the Treeborn Frog if I do want to sack for a lad later on. But I go ahead and sack for Ryza. I get Torrential, I just pass over. He draws into a Bottomless, which that was really good for him because I'm playing Monarchs. He's clearly not going to set any cards on his board because he's just going to get Monarched. He's going to set the Bottomless and pass over. I draw into Dupe Frog. bring back my Treeborn Frog, and now I sack for Caius because I'm going for the same kind of play. This is going to get bottomless. So the difference here is I wouldn't normally summon the Swamp Frog on this point because I want to keep the Caius on the board to build pressure and have him set a card. And then next turn I could just summon Swamp Frog, bounce the Caius back, and sack for it, and I wouldn't have to use my other Caius. But that gets bottomless. I pass over. He draws into an X-Saber Airbellum. And I think he mans up with this X-Saber, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so this is going to go through. I'm going to drop Tragodia. Let's see what he picks out of my hand. Probably a frog. Yeah, picks out a Jupe Frog. Sets the Book of Moon and passes. I draw into an Avarice. So for those of you watching and don't necessarily play EdisonFormat, Pot of Avarice is at 3. You can play stuff like Royal Oppression. You can play Skill Drains. Obviously you can play the quick draw plants. There are synchros in this format, so that's what makes it a little bit more fun. There is still the slow back and forth aspect, which older formats tend to have, which is what kind of makes this appealing, because you could still do these broken plays and your opponent can still play out of them, so in a sense, the better player does still always win. But, there's a plethora of cards. It's a plethora of decks. I think there's like 10 or so, like tier 1 decks in this format, which also makes this format appealing. But anyways, I bring back Treeborn Frog. I'm not too sure if I stack for Caius. I think I just swing in with a Tragodia. Because if worse comes to worse, I can Caius main phase 2. He eats that. I just pass because I'm not going to play into anything. He draws into a Heavy Storm. So this MST, Mind Control, and Heavy Storm are completely dead right now. The Brain Control might be able to do something. Mind Control might be able to do something once he already has like a tuner, which he doesn't have right now. He's got a Book of Moon face down, so he's not doing anything. He's setting this Descendant. I draw Nobleman of Extermination. So this wasn't my idea. I got this from like a top 8 Monarch deck list, but Nobleman Extermination is good because people play things like multiple bottomless trap holes, multiple dimension prisons. If you're playing against Black Wings, which is a deck here, they play multiple Icarus attacks. If you're playing against Gladiator Beast, which is another, it's a fan favorite deck, they obviously have Gladiator War Chariot. You want to get those things out of the way and not have to worry about it. I actually play this card over MST. I played 2 of these copies over MST. But anyways, I draw into a Nobleman, and I think I just Nobleman this and go for a Caius play. But let's see how this turns out. Yeah, I go for a Caius play. And this is 48, 58 because he's got a dark, and this is game, guys. Okay, so game 2. MK goes first again. Opening hand is Kaiku, Gravekeeper Spy, X-Saber Airbellum, Starlight Road, and Book of Moon. Starlight Road is another really good card this format because you have Black Rose Dragon. You have people just playing Debris Dragon, Black Salvo if they can. You have Heavy Storm, you have Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute. And you have Icarus attacks, obviously. You really want to protect your cards. I've seen people play multiple of these cards. Fun fact, actually, I don't think you watch my videos or even know I have a YouTube channel. But my friend Gumo actually came in top 32 at the Edison Jump. We're all from Jersey, so we obviously went to the Edison Jump. He came in top 32 at the Edison Jump playing playing Gladiator Beast, and he was main decking 3 Starlight Roads because he was just an aggro player that always wanted to protect his back row, and he just always wanted to man up with cards. And obviously people were playing Icarus Attack off the wazoo. People were playing the Debris Dragon deck or the Quick Draw Synchron deck, which plays Debris Dragon, so you can go ahead and Black Rose off of that. And he made top 32. He lost, unfortunately, to the guy that tops with the Lightsworn deck. But yeah, so fun fact there. So Starlight Road is a really good card this format. But anyways, he goes first. Let's see what his next card is. Next card is Mind Control. My opening hand is Battle Fader, Light and Darkness Dragon, Substitute, which is obviously a broken card this format. Ronin Totem is not in this format, so unfortunately you can't play the Mass Driver FTK. Well, fortunately you can't play the Mass Driver FTK, which is what makes this deck fun. Once Ronin Totem comes out, then the whole format gets thrown out the window. Vanity's Fiend and Treeborn Frog. I'm assuming he's gonna set 2 cards with his Gravekeeper Spy and pass. I draw into Treeborn Frog, and I think I just set my Treeborn. I could go Substitute, drop Swap Frog, pitch something, pick it up, discard Treeborn Frog. I could do that, but I would just want to set this because I can Monarch next turn or sack for a Tribute. Or once it comes back, I can just summon Substitute and start, doing my dupe. I'll dump all my frogs and then do a dupe block, which is really good. So I think I just set the Treeborn Frog and pass. He draws into a Gravekeeper's Guard. In case you guys are wondering if this is really an X-Saber deck, Bogart Knight, X-Saber Bogart Knight wasn't out, so what people were doing was playing spies with the Airbellum, and then you can go into Black Rose like that, or you can go into the X-Saber Synchro, the 7-star, just by doing that. Also, Gravekeeper's Spy is just good because it doesn't get run over by Fire Dog, because Flame Veil is a really good deck this format. They play with 3 Rekindlings. It doesn't get run over by that, and you can just flip it up, get Descended, and get a pop off of the Spy. Which I'm assuming that's what he does here. He's gonna flip the Spy up. Oh no, okay, so he mind controls. Summons Airbellum. I think I'm Battle Fader here, and then now he flips everything up. Yep, gets Descendant, pops that. And let's see if he synchros for 8. No, so he just synchros for 4 and drops an Armory Arm. So I draw into a Soul Exchange, which I couldn't have asked for more than that. I could have asked maybe for an Econ. I dropped Treeborn Frog again, play Soul Exchange, gets rid of the Armory Arm, and now I drop Lad. And now he has to get rid of it. He does have a Book of Moon, so any other card changed to the Book of Moon, then the Lad's off the board. So he draws to Deep Prison, which is the card that's going to get rid of it. Sets his guard, sets Dimensional Prison, passes over. I obviously don't get back Treeborn Frog. So I just man up. He activates Book of Moon, I'm assuming. Yeah, and then Deep Prison's my guy. Now I can just set Treeborn Frog again, pass over. He draws into X-Saber Fultro. So I don't think he has any kind of X-Saber plays right now. He can just bounce this face down that I have with the guard and man up with Kaiku. That gets a Treeborn off of the board. But let's see what he does. So he swings for 28. That gets a Treeborn out of the graveyard. And then I draw into a Dupe Frog. So I think I set the Dupe Frog and pass. Because if I set Dupe Frog, he pops it with the guard. I search for a Swap Frog. Then next turn, I can potentially either dupe block him, or I can sack for this Vanity's Fiend. But let's see how this goes. I set the dupe. He pops it. Yep, I get a Swap Frog. Obviously, I'm gonna eat all of this. And then let's see what I draw. I draw into another Soul Exchange. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is discard Treeborn for swap, dump anything, probably like a Substitute, and then Soul Exchange. So I don't remember what I drop, but the reason I would drop a Substitute is because I'm gonna drop Lad. Once the Lad gets cleared off, I can summon Substitute, and then my Frog comes back, and then automatically I get a dupe block. So whenever you have a Lad in your hand and you have like some kind of frogs going off, you want to make sure that you dump the Substitute in the graveyard, just so that you can get the lock off. You don't necessarily have to normal summon your Substitute and then something happens to it. But yeah, so I discard the Treeborn, summon Swap. So I dump Swap Frog. But what you're supposed to do there is dump the Substitute. I activate Soul Exchange. I'm going to kill this Kaiku. And then Lad's going to drop again. And now I pass over. He draws into Fiendish Chain. He still has a Starlight Road down. So he puts it in defense mode, sets Fiendish. I draw into a Nobleman. I'm just going to swing here. This has been down the whole time, so I know it's not chainable. So I'm free to activate. So I'm free to just swing with this. So he draws into Monk, passes over. I draw Ryza. I'm gonna swing for 28 here. Pass over. He draws an Arabellum. He's gonna pass here also. I draw into Tragodia. Swing in for another 28. Leaves him at 24. He draws into a Deep Prison, so that's gonna save him from this lad next turn. He sets Arabellum, and then he sets the Deep Prison. I draw for turn. I swing. He's gonna Deep Re and chain Fiendish Chain. So that's gonna get banished. And then I'm gonna activate Nobleman of Extermination on his face down. And I think I pass here. So if I'm not mistaken, I thought the lad was just gonna get Fiendish Chained. I forgot Fiendish Chain negates the effect. Yeah, I think I just pass here. Or maybe I summon Substitute and drop a Dupe Frog, but that's as much as I can do here. Yeah, that's as much as I can do here. Pass over, he draws into an Emmer's Blade. So now he can summon, he could basically drop his whole hand now. Let's see how this plays out. So he flips, drops Emmer's Blade, drops Full Troll, swings in. I'm gonna get a Swap Frog, and then I'm gonna Tragodia this. Because even if I discard one card, you can't get in with the Emmer's Blade. He's gonna get rid of the Caius. Now he's gonna activate Full Troll's effect to get his second Emmer's Blade, if I'm not mistaken. So I think he was thinking about going into Gothams. So he goes into Gothams this way. Pops a card out of my hand. Pops a card out of my hand. Pops the last card out of my hand. And then passes over. I draw into a Nobleman, which doesn't do anything. I just bring back Frog and pass. He draws into Kaiku. I think he's going to man up on this Tragodia. And then passes over. I draw Upstart Goblin. So now I remember this game. So I Upstart Goblin and I draw the best card I can draw in this situation, which is a Caius. So now he's at 34. I just sack for Caius and kill him, because that's going to deal 1,000, and then I swing for game. But yeah, guys, that was that. I hope you enjoyed this match. I really like Frogs. Also, check out Ed and Edison's YouTube channel. Really cool dude. I was just on their live stream 2 weekends ago. They had an EdisonFormat tournament. I asked them when the next one was. Hopefully I get to enter that one. I'm really liking EdisonFormat, guys, and I hope you also join the EdisonFormat scene. Check out also in the description below. I'm gonna have a link to the EdisonFormat.com. So if they get 2,500 people to sign up, then I think Dueling Book is going to put a ranked EdisonFormat on Dueling Book. I think right now they're at 2,400, so we just need another 100 people to sign up, and we can get this going. But anyways, guys, I love all things retro Yu-Gi-Oh. Even sometimes I dive into new Yu-Gi-Oh, but I just love Yu-Gi-Oh in general. This is an amazing game, and I'm gonna support any kind of retro Yu-Gi-Oh scene that starts coming up. Okay. For now, I'm just gonna be doing GoatFormat and EdisonFormat. But as things progress and more retro formats start gaining traction, you'll see more of that here. But yeah, guys, if there were any plays, like I always say, if there were any plays here that you saw that maybe I didn't see, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to comment the stuff for this giveaway. Again, all you have to do is be a public subscriber, so I have to be able to see that you're subscribed. Like this video, guys, and then in the comments down below, let me know which is your favorite retro format. It doesn't have to be GOAT, it doesn't have to be Edison. Let me know what your favorite card in that format is, and then also let me know if you want an Italian or a French Call of the Haunted. I'll show it to you guys again in case you forgot. They're all sealed. Okay, so one lucky winner is gonna get one of these, and then I'll probably do another giveaway for the other one, and then probably put the other one up in the tournament. But yeah, so check out Ed and Edison's YouTube channel. I'm gonna put the link for the EdisonFormat.com in the description so you guys can check that out and sign the petition. And yeah, that's about it. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.